Hi, this is Trepacer. I'm going to talk about the whole Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon getting fired. Excuse me. I was thinking I had something on my face, but I don't. Um, First, the Tucker Carlson thing came first. When I was at work, I saw that pop up on my phone, and I thought that was just insane because I know that they settled the Dominion thing lawsuit for $800 million, and then later it came out, or at least it's heavily rumored that Rupert Murdoch personally wanted Tucker Carlson fired, and I don't know if that was because of his supposedly his extreme views, and maybe he's going to be the fall guy, and maybe he did it as a kind of a jolt to the rest of the Fox employees to get them in line and saying, listen, I got rid of the guy that was the number one guy on my network. So if you all don't get in line, you can be fired too. Basically, I think Rupert Murdoch wants to show them that nobody's bigger than the brand. And just like when Bill O'Reilly got fired for his little sexual shenanigans, and people say, oh, well, he's number one. And then how could they get rid of Bill O'Reilly? And sure enough, Tucker Carlson came along and later, and he got big ratings too in that time. So I think Rupert Murdoch thinks it's more of the brand than the actual people behind it. So that's why I don't think I think probably that's probably one of the reasons why he did get rid of Tucker Carlson. He probably said, listen, the brand is bigger than anybody else, so we can get rid of him. Nobody's irreplaceable. And maybe he did it to send a message to the other anchors on that network that if you're gonna, because remember they still have other lawsuits coming up, so maybe he did it to show them, listen, we're not gonna do the same thing again. Get in line, okay? We're not gonna keep spouting this misinformation, especially if it's going to cost us money. So get in line, and maybe he did fire Tucker Carlson to prove that point, that that nobody's untouchable and you can be touched, especially if it costs us money. Okay, and I think that could be part of the reason. But no way, don't cry for Tucker Carlson. I think he signed an extension last year, so they have to pay him that contract, the rest of that contract out since they fired him, and he'll pop up somewhere else. Exactly. It's so many right-wing grifters places right-wing grifters can go. Tucker Carlson will find a place. And I don't believe he's running for president. I don't know, Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks thinks Tucker Carlson wants to run for president. Tucker Carlson doesn't want to run for president. Okay? Please. Being on in these public spaces on his own brand, his own network, that's what he likes, that having that power. He doesn't want to be a controlled politician where he has to go make speeches and all that stuff. And no, I think he likes being in front of the camera. I don't think he'd want to be a politician. So I don't think Tucker Carlson will ever run for president. And now the other person got fired, Don Lemon. Now this one has been hinted at and sneakily, especially after Don Lemon made that comment a couple of weeks ago about Nikki Haley, because Nikki Haley, I think, had mentioned something about that we got to get younger blood into the into political sphere, because Biden's age and Trump's age, they're both, I think, at least they're both of them are 70 plus, and she's basically saying we need to get some young people in, the young people get young ideas and stuff, which I think is a valid criticism. But Don Lemon said that she better watch out, because she's basically, I'm paraphrasing, that she's past her prime, basically. I think Nikki Haley's like 40 something, like 48 or 49, something like that. And for him to say that with two women next to him, it's just like tone deaf. Even if you're trying to make the point, there's better ways of making that point. Okay, if you want to say that may sound like ageism, to some people, that could be a better way to say that, rather than say basically like he's saying she hit the wall already. Okay, and which is kind of great. And then of course there was all these leaks of saying all the things that he said in the past that's just kind of been slowly leaking out. It's sort of almost like CNN wanted to fire him, and that was just the excuse to do it. And he issued a statement on his Twitter saying that his agent got a call and told him he was fired. And then I think CNN issued a statement later saying, no, we didn't fire him. We asked him to meet with the producers and stuff, but he didn't want to do that. So we informed the agent, that he's been let go. So Tucker Carlson, like I said, he'll pop up again. Don Lemon, I'm not sure. He may pop up on, I think it was at News Nation. That's where Andrew Cuomo is. So he may pop up on there. Not Andrew. Andrew. Yeah, Andrew Cuomo. That I was thinking Mario Cuomo. No, that's where is that Andrew Cuomo? Yeah, that's where he went after he got fired from Andrew Cuomo. No, Andrew Cuomo was the governor. I'm sorry. I can't remember. I forget Chris Cuomo. I'm sorry. Why I mixed their names up. I'm sorry. Chris Cuomo. That's where he wound up after he got fired from CNN and he was gone for a little bit. He wound up, I think, on News Nation. So maybe Don Lemon will pop up on there. I'm sure he will. I mean, he's worked for CNN for like 17 years. Don't worry about it. He's gonna starve or go in the poorhouse, but he may pop up on News Nation himself, right? Why not reunite them? And they were good together, Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon. So I think he'll pop up there too. But like I said, Don, as far as Tucker Carlson's concerned, never liked him anyway at the beginning. If you want my honest opinion, though he's a braggart and so full of misinformation, it's ridiculous. But don't worry about him. He'll pop up somewhere down the line. And I don't think he's running for president. I definitely don't. I think that's just, no, he's not doing that. Anyway, but I think exactly Don Lemon will maybe pop up in News Nation somewhere. I don't see, or he may take a break or whatever, but I don't think you'll see him on any, like, I don't think he'll go to MSNBC or anywhere else. I don't think, obviously not Fox, but he may pop up on News Nation with him, with Chris Cuomo. I could see that happen. Why not hire him? Sure, you could say he's controversial, right? Let him stay off for a little while, then bring him back. And say Don and Chris, you can promote that. Don and Chris Cuomo together again, right? Why not? Use it. I do that. But that's my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you think of the whole Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon getting fired on the same day. What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, in the description box as well. Also have a link down below to my patron. I want to say a special thing on my patron. His name will appear in this video somewhere. I want to say thank you for supporting me. I always have my back. And again, my patrons only $5 a month. Tons of content on, tons of unedited content on there. Everything from Marvel shows to DC shows to sci-fi, Star Wars shows, to movies as well. Follow the link to the Patreon, only $5 a month. Check it out and join. Also, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel. I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Trepacer saying so. Oh, excuse me, not Trepacer. This is Paul saying so long. Take care.